unable to provide them a food. लेकिन मुझे ना जिथे मैं जनीवा जाना मेरा ऑफिस है जनीवा दादाजी मैं इत्थों निकलना सिर्फ एक बॉर्डर आता है.
We are gathering here today, the two communities, one from Indian and one from Pakistan. There's Sikh brothers and people from here from Pakistan. Whatever happened in Pahalgam, it was disgraceful, and we all agree with that. It should have never happened. Saying that, in Bristol, we don't want any reactions in here. We want the communities to stay calm and work with it. It's hard for both communities because we don't know what actually is entailed of. But our message here in Bristol is we stay calm and talk to each other and work something out. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Here we are, obviously, due to the incident that took place in Pahalgam. I think nobody's overjoyed about such incidents. They only create hatred amongst the communities. And here we are, as always, the wonderful community of Bristol, may it be Muslims, Sikhs, Hindus, whatever. We always get together and we make sure that we create peace within our communities. And right now, there is no such evidence what actually took place or where it came from. But obviously there's a security issue that such an incident should never have taken place. But my voice and my call to all our communities here is let's promote peace and not hatred. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. My name is Trupti Mageri and I am the Secretary of Bristol Multi-Faith Forum and CEO of Indian Heritage Center. Whatever happened in Pahalgam, it is not acceptable. We condemn the violence and main purpose of this meeting is to promote the message of peace and harmony. We live in a cohesive community and the core message of our community should be living together peacefully. I would like to thank Basharat and Afzal for taking initiative and organizing this meeting, and obviously as I said earlier, so peace is the core essence of the society. Thank you.
Good evening everybody. My name is Mohindra Chowdhury. I represent Punjabi Forum International, which consists of all the religions, and Muslims are on top of the list. I've been living in Bristol since last 63 years, and here we never had any problem with Muslim community. And I wish our governments in India and Pakistan work together. Nobody should be allowed either to take life. Therefore, first of all, we must all join together and request our governments to try to put everybody together, since India and Pakistan are both brothers. Our customs are the same, feelings are the same, we ate the same food, everything is similar. Everything what we do has nothing to do with terrorism. So it would be vanity to only talk about it and not do anything. I would request the representatives of the governments of both India and Pakistan and take some guidelines from us of unity. Thank you.
Bismillah. My name is Alderman Afzal Shah. I'm very grateful for everybody who has taken their precious time out to attend today, to be part of what is a very important discussion, and to show that Bristol really is a beacon of solidarity and unity during these difficult times. India and Pakistan represents 1/6 of humanity. That's over 1 3/4 billion people. And this really does matter to everyone, not only in the UK because of its historical responsibilities in what happened when India and Pakistan were created, but also globally. And it is, of course, a tragedy that so many innocent people have lost their life, whether in this awful terrorist attack in Pahalgam or recently in Balochistan on the Jaffa Express. We condemn all manifestations of such heinous barbarity. And we would ask, just as Mr. Chowdhury said previously, that it is absolutely incumbent on both the Pakistani government and the Indian government to sit down and de-escalate. There's too much at stake. And Pakistan, as you know, receives over 80% of its water from the Indus River. The Indus Water Treaty has been in operation since 1960. It was something that has been held as great cooperation between the two countries. This is going to cause a major conflict between the two countries if it's not resolved as a matter of urgency. So we ask both countries to sit down, take a mature approach, and also to conduct a deep-rooted probe of what happened. Because obviously these innocent people have lost their life, but we all deserve to know what were the failures. But nonetheless, we do condemn the awful loss of life. And we look forward to working here with with Bristol's Indian and Pakistani communities respectively. And going forward, we will be engaging with our MPs, and we will be writing to David Lammy, the Foreign Minister, as well. But first and foremost, it's very important that we as a community come together. And just as others have said very eloquently, that we do ask for peace, and this is a message that we do want to share with all other cities up and down the country. Thank you.
I've been here today to join in Bristol Pakistani and Indian community. We got together here. As we said it, all messages we came through from everyone, and my message is that this initiative has been taken by Bristol community and Indian community to calm down people in here. We are all aware of the situations, and I think we're taking a brief in here. We going far beyond our limits at the moment. This is what we see on the news, especially in London. So in England, especially, we need to control this situation and abusing each other. As a good human being, we need to show this nation as well that we are living far from our homeland, and we need to show ourselves that these things happens and it's been happening before. We got to find out the cause, why is it happening. We need to raise the voice on the cause, not in between us. The line of the countries are there, which you cannot remove them. They're going to be there forever. But the cause, that's what we need to tackle. So hopefully we are here today to deliver our message, to pass our message to our people, that we need to remain calm and hope for the best. And we, as everybody has said it, that the both countries and neighbor countries, they need to sort this matter out in dialogue. Thank you very much.
We are the Bristol community, Bangladeshi, Pakistani and Indian community together. Bangladesh is also a neighbor country for both of the country, and we are deeply saddened and shaken by the recent terrorist attack on a peaceful people who are out there to have a normal life. And terrorists do not have any background, they do not have any country identity, they do not have any religious boundary, they are just terrorists. They are there to, push back people and not to allow the countries between the old country, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, everyone there. But we are the resilient community. We will be going out and claim and ask for the peace and living side by side. And this is what they hate to see it. But we also from the Bristol community will be calling out to the two government of Indian and Pakistani government to sit down with the level-headed level and with the community, de-escalate the situation and ask for the peace. And the Bristol community, we always in a situation like that, we're calling out and seeking peace and living side by side with the harmony. And this is our request to the country, request to the people, request to the social, political organizations, above all both of the government, to de-escalate the situation and live in harmony side by side. Thank you, the Bristol community of Pakistani and Indian community, to coming together and show our solidarity for the peace and loving peace-loving people. Thank you.
सबसे पहले मैं ब्रिस्टल कम्युनिटी की सिख बरादरी, हिंदू बरादरी, क्रिश्चियन बरादरी और पाकिस्तानी बरादरी की तरफ से, बांग्लादेशी कम्युनिटी की तरफ से, ये तमाम इन कम्युनिटी के लीडरान हैं, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के हेड हैं, एक ब्रिस्टल की तरफ से एक सॉलिड मैसेज जो हमेशा ब्रिस्टल देता रहा है कि हम दुनिया में तमाम दहशतगर्दी के ख़िलाफ़ इकट्ठे हैं। हम रंग, नस्ल, मज़हब से हटकर अमन, इंसाफ और मोहब्बत के लिए एक दूसरे के साथ काम करते हैं। और आज उसकी ये बड़ी एक मिसाल है कि तमाम कम्युनिटीज़ एशिया की जो मेन लीडिंग कम्युनिटी है, जिसमें बांग्लादेशी हैं, पाकिस्तानी हैं, हिंदू हैं, सिख हैं और क्रिश्चियन हिंदू हैं, इकट्ठे हुए। जो भी कश्मीर में हुआ है दहशतगर्दी, हम सबसे पहले उनके लिए 2 मिनट की साइलेंट करते हैं, उनके मज़हब के मुताबिक उनके लिए दुआ करते हैं कि दुनिया में जो भी बंदा दहशतगर्दी से मारा जाता है, शहीद होता है, वो इनोसेंट है, ख्वाह वो किसी भी मज़हब से हो। तो पहले हम उनके लिए 2 मिनट की साइलेंट करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद अपना प्रोग्राम करेंगे। इस वक्त जैसा कि हम यहाँ पे सारे भाई इकट्ठे हुए हैं, सिस्टर भी हमारी इकट्ठी हुई हैं, मैसेज ये है कि जिस तरह पूरी दुनिया में इस वक्त इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के यूथ में एक एग्रेसिव है, एक परेशानी है, एक दुख है और उसका इजहार मुख्तलिफ़ तरीक़ों से हो रहा है, हम वो ब्रिस्टल में नहीं चाहते। हमारी ब्रिस्टल की एक लंबी हिस्ट्री है, 60-70 साल से हम एक कम्युनिटी एक दूसरे के दुख सुख में इकट्ठे होते हैं। जब मुसलमानों ने अपनी इज्तिमाई ईद करनी होती है तो हिंदू अपनी जगह देते हैं, सिखों के कोई प्रोग्राम होता है तो हम बड़ी खुशी से जाते हैं, हमारे कोई प्रोग्राम होते हैं तो हम एक फ़ैमिली की तरह यहाँ पे रहते हैं। तो पहला मैसेज है, ये पूरे ब्रिस्टल की कम्युनिटी बैठी है कि यहाँ पे नफ़रत की जगह नहीं है, यहाँ पे किसी भी किस्म की हमें उकसाने की, हमारी यूथ को जलसे जुलूस एक दूसरे के हड़ताल करने की या एक दूसरे के ख़िलाफ़ नफ़रत की ज़रूरत नहीं है। दूसरा मैसेज ये है कि इस वक्त गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को, ये बात मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, पहले सरदार साहब के साथ मिलकर और तृप्ति के साथ मिलकर हमने ये बात बड़ी दफ़ा की है, हमारी इस वक्त पाकिस्तान और इंडिया में 40% लोग जो है वो गुर्बत से नीचे हैं। सिर्फ़ पिछले साल मलिक साहब, सिर्फ पिछले साल 1,80,00,000 पाकिस्तानी नया ऐसा आया है पाकिस्तान में जो नया उस फिगर में आ गया जो 2 वक्त की रोटी नहीं खा सकते। 20 करोड़ की आबादी में से 20% लोग मलिक साहब ऐसे हैं, दे कैन नॉट ईट अ फूड। सिमिलर सिचुएशन इन इंडिया। इंडिया की 100 करोड़ की आबादी में से 200 करोड़ लोग 20 करोड़ लोग ऐसे हैं जिनके पास रहाइश नहीं है, जिनके पास सादा पानी पीने की गुंजाइश नहीं है। हमने दुनिया को देखें, आप यूरोप को देख लें, आप वेस्ट को देख लें, इन्होंने जंगें लड़ी। अभी मैं बात कर रहा था सरदार साहब से कि यहाँ से मैं जिनीवा जाऊँ तो सिर्फ़ एक बॉर्डर है, उसके बाद बॉर्डर नहीं है। बाज़ बॉर्डर ऐसे हैं जो घरों में हैं, बाज़ बॉर्डर ऐसे हैं जो दुकानों पे, आधा किसी और मुल्क है, आधी दुकान किसी और मुल्क में। इन्होंने जंगें लड़ी, 100 साल, 200 साल, 300 साल इन्होंने जंगें लड़ी। फर्स्ट वार, सेकंड वर्ल्ड वार, ये इन्होंने लड़ी। लेकिन अब ये खामोश हो गए। उन्हें पता है कि हमें अपनी नस्ल पे, अपनी कौम पे पैसा लगाना है। लेकिन पाकिस्तान बदकिस्मती से अभी भी हम अपना पैसा जंगों पे लगा रहे हैं। कंपेयर टू द यूरोप, यूके, पूरी दुनिया में 5%, 6% हम एजुकेशन पे लगाते हैं, 7 to 8% हम हेल्थ पे लगाते हैं। लेकिन पाकिस्तान 1.2% अपना बजट हेल्थ पे लगाता है। इंडिया 2.1% हम एजुकेशन पे लगाते हैं। हमारी जो प्रायोरिटी है, जो हमारी तरजीह है, वो दुरुस्त नहीं है। हमें अपनी तरजीहात बदलनी होगी। जब तक हम अपने इंसानों पर पैसा नहीं इन्वेस्ट करते। इस वक्त आप पूरी दुनिया में चले जाएं, सिर्फ ब्रिस्टल की मिसाल है, ब्रिस्टल में 20,000 पाकिस्तानी हैं और कमो पेश इतने इंडियन हैं। इसकी अगर बेसिक रीज़न देखें, आज हम यहाँ पे परदेसी बैठे हैं, रीज़न ये है कि क्योंकि हमारे मुल्कों में गुर्बत है, हमारे मुल्कों में रिसोर्स ऑफ जॉब्स नहीं है, बिज़नेस अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है, हमारे बच्चे, हमारी फैमिली वहाँ पे भूखी मरती हैं। हमारी ज़चकी के दरमियान 100 में से 25 पाकिस्तानी ख़वातीन ज़चकी के दरमियान फ़ौत हो जाती हैं। इंडिया और पाकिस्तान में 80% ऐसे लोग हैं जो प्रॉपर कद तक नहीं पहुँचते, जिनकी न्यूट्रिशन, जिनकी खुराक पूरी नहीं होती। इसलिए आज हमारी तमाम कम्युनिटी यहाँ पे बैठी है, इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स मूवमेंट बैठी है, ब्रिस्टल पाकिस्तानी फोरम बैठा है, ब्रिस्टल मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी बैठी है, सिख कम्युनिटी बैठा है, मल्टी फेथ बैठी है, हेड ऑफ मल्टी फेथ टॉम आदित्य बैठे हैं, बांग्लादेश कम्युनिटी से बैठे हैं, पंजाबी कम्युनिटी से बैठे हैं। हम इसीलिए बैठे हैं कि हमें अपनी तरजीहात बदलनी होगी। हमें अपने वेपन पे पैसा कम इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा, हमें अपने असले पे पैसा इन्वेस्ट कम करना होगा, हमें अपने बच्चों को एजुकेशन देनी होगी, अपने बच्चों को हेल्थ देनी होगी। ये मैसेज हमारी कम्युनिटी की तरफ से जो गवर्नमेंट है, आखिरी चीज़, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान और गवर्नमेंट इंडिया, वो हमारी गवर्नमेंट है, वो हमें रिप्रेजेंट करती है। भाई हम यहाँ पे मैसेज दे रहे हैं, ये है कम्युनिटी, ये हैं सिख भाई, ये हैं हिंदू, ये हैं क्रिश्चियन, ये बांग्लादेशी, ये पाकिस्तानी, ये बैठे हैं कि आप जंग पे पैसा इन्वेस्ट ना करें, अपने बच्चों पे पैसा इन्वेस्ट करें, अपनी हेल्थ पे पैसा इन्वेस्ट करें, अपनी एजुकेशन पे इन्वेस्ट करें। जो बच्चे भूख की वजह से मरते हैं, मेडिकल की वजह से मरते हैं, जिनके पास एजुकेशन नहीं है, उन पे पैसा इन्वेस्ट करें। और यही ब्रिस्टल का मैसेज है। थैंक यू।
Yeah, first of all, thank you everyone. Good evening, and it's nice to have a small gathering like that. India, Pakistan, solidarity group. That's what we call, is it? Okay, which is good. Thanks for all the initiatives. And Rana Basharat Ali Khan, my old friend, former councillor, Afzal Shah, as well as Mohammed Arif Khan ji, Mohindra Chaudhary ji, dear friends, Tripti, yeah. Mr. Singh, hello, yeah. Thank you. This is actually what I would like to tell you is we want to condemn, because from the Multi-Faith Forum, what we do is rather than being tribalistic, we want to be open to everyone, to all the communities, to make sure that all the communities live in peace and harmony. That's the motto. So in that perspective, we wish to express our deep condolence to the families bereaved in Pahalgam, and also want to actually make sure that these sort of incidents will not happen in future, and to also want to actually give the message of peace and harmony amongst communities, amongst nations. So here, Bristol has got a unique opportunity that we used to have the Independence Day celebrations of India and Pakistan together. So that is actually unique, totally that's only happening in Bristol. So we've been doing a harmony dinner, which is actually a festival for Independence Day celebrations of India and Pakistan together under the auspices of the Bristol Multi-Faith Forum. That's actually from a few years now, so 3-4 years. So both communities, leaders, they used to come together. Yes, yeah, all the people who are actually sitting here, most of them are actually being part of that, stakeholders of that, and leaders of that. So this is actually the message we want to give. But we would like to actually take away the extremist points this time. So rather than from either side. So that's also one of the perspectives. So on behalf of the Bristol Multi-Faith Forum, as well as I'm also coordinator for the Indian community of West of England, which is an organization, an umbrella organization of different communities, organizations and associations like Kerala Association, Tamil Association, Kannadiga Association, there's a Maharashtrian Mahandal there, Bengali Association there. So there are a lot of communities, Telugu community. So we want to actually come together, and one of the things is as a united front is not a political decision what we are on. In this part of the world where we are, we have to be having a solidarity with the people who have been the victims. Also, the keep attack on these people who have done that. Okay, that is actually a crime against humanity. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it should not happen anywhere. It should not happen in Bangladesh. It should not happen in Pakistan. It should not happen in India or wherever it should be. Okay, and that is actually one of the things which I would like to tell you. So rather than taking a political gain on this, okay, that's also a point. Political gain on this. Let's stand together and have the message of peace and harmony. Thank you very much. I will
And this is a true message from the Bristol, that we stand together against all kind of terrorism. And I believe, and I also believe everyone in this gathering is clearly stand together that terrorism have a no religion. Terrorism not represent any religion. They are a terrorism and they are a terrorist, that's it. People who die in Kashmir during this terrorist act, we have a sympathy for their family, and I believe by their respect for their soul and respect for their religion, we will keep 2 minutes silent. Then we will ask Brother Beg Saab to speak.
Can I just add? As you mentioned, one of the things is 26 people died. One is a Muslim, okay, who was actually a Pony driver, a person who was and one is a Christian and a few other Hindus. It's not religion. It's what I'm saying is that person who actually died, that is a Muslim, his family was saying, we used to live, that's our livelihood, to make a living out of tourism, to actually make, when people are coming, we have jobs, it's much more prosperous. When this sort of things happen, all the people in the resorts, they will go. And so this is actually, when an attack happens, it's not only an attack on humanity, it's actually an attack on their well-being, not only the old, many people, the families, that's been affected. When the peace is gone, the economy will suffer. So that is actually also a point. So rather than, when you look into Germany and England, once upon a time been fighting, doing wars, isn't it? So how they came together. In that way, India and Pakistan, or whatever the neighboring countries, they could put the resources together and make sure there is a peace and harmony, and there will be much more trade. I'm not saying trade tomorrow onwards, but it should a gradual process. The relationship should build. The building relationship is important, and when the relationship is gone, everything will be a doldrums. Everything, wherever the community is, the trust is important. That trust we should rebuild that trust, because there is a lot of wounds from this partition. So we are actually suffering because of that. But we should not carry on that baggage. We could come out from the tribalistic attitude and parochial outlook and be open to all. Thank you. Sorry.
Keep it on. There is one thing very important. I want to make sure that the message goes to both the nations. And there is no need to concentrate only one country or one community. Important message that we should not be dependent on any government to be only responsible. This has been worked out. No single government can solve it unless from the very basic facts of poverty, educating the women folk who are bringing up the children so they can groom them, because this thing, war between two countries, is going on since last 80 years. As explained by Rana, that this poverty, how much more waste of energy and resources can we afford? We are not in a position to waste anything, not a single grain. So let us join together and solve this problem. Don't leave it to only the governments, please.
No, thank you. I agree with you. So that's the reason why I said, rather than wasting money on this war and other resources, pull together, and so that will be much more economical prosperity. Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to share something from and I don't just speak on a personal basis, but many members of the community would actually agree, and that is that we hope, we pray too, that both countries, under whatever mechanism they find, whether that is through bilateralism, if they can, because every few years it does flare up, and that is absolutely, we rightly so, we all condemn the awful, barbarity that has taken place recently. However, I think let both countries take a mature approach. The issue of Kashmir comes up again and again and again, and it's not something in isolation that we need to look at. There is over 500,000, soldiers there, so there's a lot of questions. But that does not take away from the terrible loss of life. But I do hope and pray that both countries can come together, because they owe it to the future generations. There have been over 100,000 people who've lost their life in Kashmir since 1989. So it's very important that we do that. And just as you said, tackling poverty is the number one priority, really, because people need to be able to feed their families. And I think once you can tackle poverty, both countries can come together and find solutions to start working together. And actually, there's a lot of talent there in both countries. Pakistan's economy up until the early 90s was actually doing exceptionally well. India's economy now, I think, is the fourth or fifth biggest economy in the world. And, they've got very strong infrastructure, especially in IT. Pakistan's got very strong exports in textile. So each country has its respective strengths, very entrepreneurial people, as we see in this country as well. So let's pray that both countries can come together. And I appreciate it's easier said than done, but I have hope in the youth in particular.
It's a bit unfortunate that this has been ongoing for somewhat 74, 75 years, just as my other brother mentioned, that nearly 80 years, that's 8 decades. And for 8 decades, we've lost many lives. Is it worth us losing those lives? Or is it worth that both governments coming together and finding a solution? I mean, I myself come from the undisputed territory of Kashmir. Yeah, but the disputed territory of Kashmir, which is only next door to us, we know that there are so many missing persons, unmarked graves. Your son, your wife, your brother, your mother, they could leave home in the morning, not return in the evening. You don't know whether they're dead or they're alive. Once you establish that someone's dead, you start accepting it. But when you do not know, whatever religion they are, these both countries should come together and ask the people of Kashmir that what do you want? They should ask them, and whatever they want, give it to them. It's not worth losing lives. Believe me, right now I'm so saddened because my heart goes out to those who have lost their loved ones. And they must be devastated. And we don't need this terrorism acts in this day and age, terrorists and etc. So in reality, my call to both of the countries, please, for Allah's sake, find a solution and let's stop losing these innocent lives. Jazakallah.